Hello and welcome everyone. And this is me, Birendra, once again with you at another video. Perhaps this might be the final one about Nepal Premier League because the grand finale is over, and the victorious team, Lumbini Lions, has been congratulated many times. And what a wonderful season! Throughout the season, the players, spectators, the host, I think everyone, experts, every cricket lover, they were abide by the game of cricket. And what a wonderful view, what a wonderful season, and it was a good one, especially for the winners, Lumbini Lions. This was truly a memorable one, exceptionally unprecedented kind of league for them, and that was really wonderful as well. So I'm here today with Mr. Lalindra once again. I have a cricket enthusiast. In our last few videos, we have been talking different things about Premier League. So today as well, I'd like to welcome him here on the screen. Please, Lalindra, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me once again. Thank you.
Well,
I'm really excited for this conversation today.
yeah, the Nepal Premier League is almost at the end now. Its vibes are there. This is the league is over, but its effects are not over. I think surely people will be celebrating. A lot of things are there. Prize distribution will go on and on again, I think, and many players will be criticized. Appraisal is there, condemnation. A lot of things are there. This is really a wonderful festival, just finished. And what a short one it was. We all realize this because it was quite full of enthusiasm and a lot of interesting things. So today we are here, Mr. Lalendra. I would like to just remind you that you have been surely watching the matches, and Lumbini Lions. What a great way they became the victorious team. And talking specifically about the final match, what is your preview about the final match?
Well, first of all, NPL Season 2 won't be over until and unless the starting of NPL Season 3. Everyone will be talking about NPL Season 2 right before the beginning of the Season 3 as well. The players, the team managers, the media, and everyone will be talking about this. And of course, Lumbini Lions has played brilliantly. What a successful season we've just had, from the perspective of the CAN, the organizers, the broadcasters, the fans, everyone, every team has given their 100%. And at the end, there should be only one winner. And we've got the one winner, that is Lumbini Lions. The way they've approached their game, it was really impressive. Many people haven't noticed that the Lumbini Lions would be making on top four and also coming to the final and winning the trophy. That they did the job silently. They were at the bottom of the table at the beginning of the season, and now they are the winner of the NPL Season 2. So they've done brilliant job. Kudos to them.
Okay, well, let's be more specific to the final match. Yeah, that's a clear picture coming into our mind. The stadium was jam packed and everyone was watching the game. But there is a big question, man. What happened to Sudur Paschim Royals? They have performed the best in the whole league, and they have been showing a great intent. What reasons might be there of such a, let's not say really a poor performance, because however there were a few boundaries. Some players, they did very well as well, but 85, that was not a score. Such an anger was there from Royals fan. I think it's really a crazy thing for them. They could not bear what happened last night. So what might be few reasons that, in your view, what do you think?
Well, the first reason is they haven't performed well in the final. That you have to perform well to win the final, to win the trophy. It's not this easy game, Whoever comes in the final are the strongest teams, the strongest opponent, that they have to take them seriously. I'm not telling that Sudur Paschim didn't take it seriously. Of course, they have done brilliant job throughout the season. They put a lot of hard work in it. But at the same time, when you're coming to the final, you have to be well prepared. There are so many things. In season one, they've simply outbatted, I would say, in the first season, in the final of the first season, by Milantha, I guess, from Janakpur Bowls.
Yeah.
And season two, in the final of the season two, they've outbowled, they've outbatted, outfielded, outplayed, simply. If you put in the simple word, they haven't played good cricket. And Lumbini Lions has played really, really good cricket there. Having said that, if you look at the playing 11 of Sudur Pashchim Royals, or the squad of the Sudur Pashchim Royals, at the beginning of the season, it was really balanced team. And hats off to the owner, the management team, the coach, and everyone. They balanced the Sudur Pashchim Royals team so well.
Wow.
Among the local players and the foreign players.
Okay.
See, Nepal does not have the power hitter or hard hitters, right?
Yeah.
So that is why Sudur Pashchim Royals has brought two hard hitters at the top. That is Chrislin and Josh Brown at the top order of their batting. And then they have done, you can say that, well, they haven't performed really well, but remember that single-handedly they own the game for Sudur Pashchim Royals in two different games.
Yeah.
And if you remember, there was a game, I exactly don't remember against which team, but there was a game they played where Binod Bhandari has scored around 43 runs off 45 or something, and then Chrislin scored 31 off only 14 deliveries or 13 deliveries. And that is a kind of impact you want to have in your team. When you have the certain players who can score the runs, but they run slowly. But at the same time, on the other hand, you want to have these kind of players who can score quickly as well. So this is the kind of balance that Sudur Pashchim Royals was having. When it came to the playoff, unfortunately for the Royals, Chrislin has to go back to Australia because of the injury, whereas Josh Brown has to leave because of BBL. So now the top two batters of the team just left at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, where the team needed them most. When the team needed them the most, they left. I mean, they haven't left, but there are certain reasons to leave the team. But that is what exactly happened. So these were the guys who were around the team from the beginning of the tournament till the group stage matches, at the end of the group stage matches. And now when you come to the playoffs, they brought the new players. I'm not complaining about who they brought in. Absolutely fine. But when the new player comes in, they came at the high pressure situations. There was a situation that you must win the games in those situations, right? So I think this has the huge impact in Sudur Pashchim Royals campaign. Whereas if you look at the other end, the Lumbini Lions, they've lost first 3 games consecutively, right? At the beginning of the season. And then they brought the most experienced man in the subcontinent situation, or let's say in these kind of grounds, this kind of play, the pitches.
You are talking about Dikwela,
Exactly, the man from Sri Lanka who's been playing cricket across the format actively. Not only playing, he was performing really well. He did exactly what the team needed. He came in the middle, scored some boundaries, accelerate the scoreboard, and he did the job for Lumbini Lions. That was one of the most impactful hiring for Lumbini Lions. Kudos to the Lumbini Lions owner or whoever recruited him. He was the man. We could see that the man has impacted the game from behind the stump as well. He was chirping all the time. That has a huge impact. Yesterday's game, Dipin Singh Airi was complaining about that he was talking too much, but after he complained to umpire, the energy boosted for him. And then he started chirping more and more after that. So these, that's a spirit. These kind of the things really impacted Lumbini Lions game. We could say not only him, there was one factor, but everyone performed really well from Lumbini. Trumpelman, who was the man of the series, I don't know why he didn't get the car. Do you have any idea?
Yeah,
Is
you
this
know,
he
car.
can't drive back to his home?
No, no, no. Car is for just the national players, for Nepali players only. Not for the
No,
foreign.
I'm just joking here.
Okay, you should know that. But for looking from the very first bowl of Sudhir Pashchims, I was thinking why they chose to bowl bat first. That was my personal opinion. But anyway, they might have calculated everything. But when Ishan Pandey comes to the crease, he just left the first ball by lifting his bat higher. And since then, I just had got one sense that, oh, Royals, I think today you are not going to get a run, because his intention was not there. And even if you just see other players, like even captain, even for 10 balls, he struggled to get a one single run. So that means in the power play, there was not one clear boundary, just one boundary was there in the leg side. That was by Arif, just it was like, not really a boundary, but it goes there. One boundary in power play, and they were not able to squeeze the ball somewhere in the gap. No intention was there. So I think Royals, they got a lot of pressure. We could see the face of the players in the dressing room or in just pavilion, back to the pavilion, they were just in the dugout. The situation was completely tensed. The Royals, the pressure they could not exert. I think quite opposite, Lions, they enjoyed the situation. So what I think is that this is the lesson that every Nepali player should learn. Like Sher Malla, he performed very well from Lions. But what if he did not play in international grounds? Yeah, this is another big question. So not only for Royals, but this is a kind of lesson for everyone, for every human being. That taking pressure can ruin us. So what do you think about this pressure part? And next the question is that some people, they have told about overconfidence also. Overconfidence, but I didn't see the overconfidence overall. But this pressure thing has got a lot of matter to Royals. I'm a little bit suspicious about this.
Well, I agree with your first point. That is, they have taken. Sorry, they were lacking the intent.
Yeah,
Simply,
yeah.
if you put in the simple word, they were lacking the intent. That in the final game, of course, it is a pressure situation, especially with the Royals. They can reach to the final in the first season as well, and then in the second season as well, and
Yeah.
then they lost. I think it's because of the pressure handling situation. Whether on the other hand, captain, the national captain himself,
Yeah.
Rohit Kumar Paudel. If you noticed, any one of you have noticed, he was so composed, so calm. That he held the nerves not only in the final, in every situation, every game, especially with that match against Biratnagar Kings when they were taking wickets. Like every over, they were rattling through the Biratnagar Kings. Still, Rohit Kumar Paudel was there composing the game. He was so calm. He was not overexcited. That is the kind of attitude you need to be a winner. In the first season, Rohit Kumar Paudel has mentioned that keep working hard. One day it will get paid off. These kind of things. He keeps making these statements over and over again, and then he has proven that as well. Like if you ask any of the players, any of his friends, is Rohit Paudel a skillful player or hardworking player? And everyone would say he's a very hardworking guy.
Hardworking,
and then
really, really.
He worked really hard to gain this skill, to work on his skills. So some players are really skillful by born, let's say, but he is a hardworking guy. And then he has lived the moment. He deserved that.
So what do you think? Is 85 a decent total?
Well, yeah, looking at the scoreboard, it wasn't a decent total. Sudhir Pashchim hasn't looked in the game from the first ball, as you have mentioned. They haven't been looked in the game. Like they were absolutely outplayed, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So the Pashchim Royals. That was really sad to see for the fans as well. Like the Sudhu Pashchim Royals is one of the teams in NPL who brought most of the fans into the stadium.
Yeah,
if I'm
really,
not
really.
if I'm not wrong. So for the fans it was not good. But look, in simple words, Sudhu Pashchim Royals didn't play the good cricket in the final. The way they have to
Yeah.
approach their game, they haven't approached their game the way they have to.
Yeah.
So that is a very simple thing. But at the same time, look, talking about Sher Molla, you just mentioned that is he going to perform in the international stages or not? One thing I would like to add here is the pitch has the huge impact in the games. Like we have seen so many times, like one day the pitch analysis at the pitch analysis report, the commentator was knocking the pitch, and then he was mentioning that it looks so hard today. It should be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
And after 10 overs, everything went just opposite. The ball started turning, kept low, everything. So I think this is because we're hosting the whole season, whole NPL season, whole NPL tournament at one ground. There are only few pitches. How many pitches can you use in one ground? Let's say 6, 7.
Not
How
more
many?
than, not more.
Just one ground. So
Yeah.
that has huge impact. Hopefully in season 3, it will be bigger. It will be better, as we have seen the progress NPL has. In last 2 years, like first season, and then coming to the second season, it was under the floodlight. So if we can host NPL at different cities, different grounds, then it would have been better. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but that's what I think. That pitch has the huge impact. That's why the spin bowlers has the better result. Of course, Trumpelman has done brilliant job. Vinas did the brilliant job, the pace bowlers. But at the same time, if you look at the spinners, yesterday, Rohit Paudel himself took a hat trick. Sandeep Lamisane is the highest wicket taker. Like every spinners has done brilliant job during this tournament, and that I think it is because of the pitch as well.
Well, I was talking about 85 total. So in the second innings, the intent of the Sudhu Pashchim Royals, that was completely outplayed. They started the game as if they have already given up. That was the situation. I was quite confused. And look at just in the opposite end, from if you see from Lions' side, wow, what an intent. They attacked right from the first ball, and they were they were in the business right from the beginning. And so I think we need the Royals, they needed to make some more runs on the board. 130, 140 might be challenging, but anyway, Royals, they had a very bad time.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. We've already mentioned that the Sudhu Pashchim Royals were lacking the intent. On the other hand, Lumbini Lions came up with pure intent. They wanted to dominate the game from the first ball of the tournament. So that's how the game went in the final. Exactly. If Sudhu Pashchim had, let's say, 130 plus or 140 plus runs on the board, Lumbini wouldn't bat like that.
Yeah.
They batted like that because they were chasing only 85 runs. That's why they have absolutely taken the piss off. And then, in the first over, I think they've scored 27 runs or something like that. That is a huge over. Like all of a sudden batting looked so easy. It's not because of the pitch. It's not because of the bad bowling or something. It's because of the intent, because they had to chase only 85 runs. Nothing matters at the end, They have the very strong batting lineup who can held the nerves in the middle. That's why Dinesh went absolutely rattling all over the ground. He went. I don't know how he managed to score those scores on the board, but he did brilliant job.
Yeah, that was his ticket to next season as well. I think some teams would be interested on him.
Well, we have to be very clear about this. I've seen many fans talking about, he should be in the national squad. Let's not forget that has never opened the batting in any tournament, like any league game in a domestic league game in Nepal. He was like a finisher, a hard hitter. That's why he was given a chance up to the order, and then he's done the job. I don't know if it's a right call to call him an opener, but yeah, he is given a chance and he's done the job for Lumbini Lions.
Well, that was a completely, one good final match and a good end of the season as well. So this is really a sad thing for Royals fan, and I think we cannot imagine the pain, the regression the players fans are having. I think still it will contain a lot of aftermath. So there is a lot of we our mind is full of imagination if that had happened, if that. But anyway, the result is here, and there is a great success of NPL season 2.
Yeah, 100%. The highly anticipated final. Like the fans were very confident about their game because Shuddha Pashchim Royal was one of the most balanced team in the tournament. And as I mentioned earlier, they've lost. They've lost few players, brought the new players in, and then suddenly the balance of the team was not as good as it was before. So but at the end, what a tournament it was, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really. Let me remind you some of the interesting things that I have, just realized during the season. Some interesting things. That the first thing is that the international players, wow, they have shown a great effort. Their dedication. If you name Faf du Plessis, what an intention he showed in the ground, in the dugout, everywhere. There was his influence. And but Mark Watt, if you remember his last game against Janakpur Bowls. Oh man, he bowled 4 overs, just 9 runs. He played like it was the final. Look, that is the intention. They knew that meant nothing. It was the end of the almost the last game of the group stage, and they were playing for nothing. They were just either in the 8 or number 7, right? But look at Mark Watt and even his some counterpart who was there in the Karnaliaks, the opener, Priyank Panchal, right? So these players, every international player from Royals, there was Harmeet Singh who left. That was the big news again. He did not go for ILT20 for NPL. That means this is the first positive thing that I have seen. Every international player was giving a lot of influence in Nepal Premier League. Yeah, that's one interesting thing. And well, another positive point that I witnessed, and almost everyone you might have witnessed, is that I think Lalendra, you might be thinking about this. The the performance of Nepali players. Like very wonderful performance. Even if you say Dilip Nath from Lumbini Lions, I'm just thinking that he would also be in Nepal Premier League for a long time, for next season also, because he had been a finisher for a few of the matches, and yesterday also with his 1 run he was the finisher. So some Nepali players, they really got a good chance. From Royals, there was Hikmat Mahara, though he was just outplayed by du Plessis and other well set batters, but he did well. There Hemant Dhami is there, and from different teams there were some national players, from Aditya Mahata from Janakpur Bowls. So such names are here. It's a good motivation for local players as well. So two things: the international players, they showed a great influence, and local players, they enjoyed a lot and they came to the front. And that was few energetic points that I'd like to remember about this season. Do you have any such comments about the whole season now?
Well, a lot to talk about the season. I can take like 5 business days to talk about the season, but I think you've summarized everything in this video like beautifully. You've mentioned that international players, and local players, like they have the huge influence. That's what we wanted as a fan. The Nepal is growing. This is just the beginning of the cricketing journey in the world, in the cricketing world for us, and that's exactly what NPL is about. That's what we wanted to see, the influence of the foreign players, what the mindset is, if we look at our boys, sometimes they're lacking the intent, sometimes there's a lack of knowledge, the skills. There are so
Really?
many things.
Yeah.
Like Brian Lara, the great Brian Lara, has mentioned that the 90% of the game is in the mind. So it's about the mindset,
Yeah,
like
really,
how you
really.
approach the game when
Yeah.
you're playing the game, when you're chasing certain target. If you have if you have to score 50 runs off 45 balls, then how do you approach the game if you keep losing the wicket, right?
You're
From the
right.
other end, if you keep losing the wicket, it is the run or ball match. So just go like that. We have missed that from the Royals in the yesterday's game because they only had to score 100 plus runs. Let's say 110, 120. That would be a great total in that pitch. I was
Yeah.
hoping for that. I was expecting that. That was my analysis. But
Oh,
what
yeah.
Wales did, just came and tried to score the runs, except for one man, that is Dr. Pandey. Dr. Pandey was digging the hole really deep, but he failed at the end.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, I'm not targeting one player or one team, but among the Nepalese player, that's what I see. What I think is they are lacking those skills, so they have to learn from those international players, especially for the bowlers. For example, I have seen a lot of fast bowlers coming up from Nepal, and they are really exciting bowlers. At the end, they lack the skills. Fast bowling is not only about generating the pace. You have to be able to bowl according to the pitches. All the pitches are not the fast and hard. Some conditions. In some condition, you can seam up the ball. In some condition, you can swing the ball. For example,
Yeah.
we've seen Karan Casey performing really well in Scotland with the seam up, because in UK it's seam condition, not the swing condition. If you head down to the Australia, you can find some swing, and of course the hard pitches as well. You can find some swing as well. If you play in Nepal, you have to take off your off the pace as well. Like you should have those leg cutters, off cutters in your dictionary. You should have slower ball. You should have the Yorkers. How do you nail those Yorkers, especially if you're closing the inning? These are the things that I think the Nepalese players are learning from these international players. Having said that, I really want to thank on the same note. I really want to thank to the owners who really
Yeah.
put their effort to bring those big names in the international cricket to Nepal. They visited to some. I mean, they couldn't visit all over Nepal, but they visited some of the most touristic destinations in Nepal, and they've been promoting about that.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that. That is really good impact. That proves that cricket is not only about the game. It's not only about playing within the boundary that I have mentioned earlier. It's about the game being beyond the boundary. For example, you and I, we haven't had this kind of conversation before. We are having this conversation because of NPL, because of cricket. This is also
Yeah.
an impact of cricket.
Yeah, beyond the boundary.
Exactly. So it's beyond the boundary. NPL has great impact, not only in cricket. Of course, we want to have great impact within the cricket, for sure, for the players, for the fans and everyone. But at the same time, it has huge impact all over Nepal, outside the boundary as well.
All right. Now, I think not only Royals fan, but there will be the increase of other fan members as well. That's what I think, because now since in these 2 seasons we have seen a lot of fans following from Sudhir Paschim Royals, but now there will be more fans. I think the fans, they might be angry for a short time, but they'll surely come back again and support their team, and NPL will go on continue to be the Festival of Himalaya.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an absolute agony for Royals fans, no doubt about that. But at
Yeah.
the same time, Royals fans will keep continuing supporting to Sudhu Pashim Royals. Like, they will keep their spirit up. they will relive these moments again and again in their upcoming season as well. It's not only like end of the season and then end of the cricket. It's a long journey. NPL will have a very long journey. NPL will be played in the different venue in your
Yeah.
city. NPL
Yeah.
will be hosted in your city, fans. So
Yeah,
especially thanks to the organizers, thanks to the owners, thanks to the can't forget the name Paris Karka, of course. Thanks to the fans and the players, whoever came from abroad and whoever played in NPL season 2. And also, I have mentioned this earlier as well. There was the luxury provided by the broadcasters for the fans.
yeah, sure,
There
yeah.
is no luck in luxury. They have worked really really hard to make it
Available.
really good platform for the fans as well all across the world, and
Yeah.
thanks to them as well. And we will see more of NPL and more of Nepali cricket in future for sure.
Thank you, Mr. Lalendra, for all your words, and I'd also like to thank you everyone for watching, and hope to see you again. But I'd like to congratulate to Lumbini Lions and the whole team, other teams as well, every team, whether you are at the bottom or the top. Every team played well, and you made the game beautiful. So thanks to international players, thanks to local players, everyone, and to you obviously thanks. And bye for now.